Good morning. It is 8:47 a.m. Holy crap. On Thursday, March 4th, 2021. I'm Christiana Ellis and I just got up after kind of a weird up and down morning. This is 5 more minutes. Boy, my sleep is all over the place this week. I'm not sure what's up with that exactly, but I've been finding it difficult to get to sleep and then difficult to wake up again in the morning. I not in any extreme way. I don't think it's. I think it's just something I need to get control over. But yeah, I'm definitely kind of woozy a little bit because I kept waking up a little bit and then saying no, I'm still too tired, so I'm going back to sleep. And then I had a bizarre dream where I was walking Rocket and went around into the backyard of a vacant house. Um, I guess in the dream it felt like that was a place I usually go on the walk, but there was just dog poop everywhere there, and I felt like to be a good Samaritan, I was going to pick up some of the other dog poop, like not just Rockets, but there were so many, it was never ending. So yeah, I don't know what that dream's about. Although, because I this was a dream that happened after I needed to take Rocket out this morning, and I did have to pick up his poop. Maybe that's part of it, but I have to do that every day, so I'm not sure. Anyway, it's not a big deal. But yeah, definitely feeling a little bit woozy still this morning. I want to talk a little bit about a graphic novel that I read yesterday called The Witch Boy by Molly Knox Ostertag. Now, I was aware of this a long time ago because Molly Ostertag is the artist behind a webcomic that I followed for a long time called Strong Female Protagonist, which kind of went on hiatus because both the writer and the artist had other projects, and I don't think they ever went back to it. But this is now a graphic novel. This is the first of three that is written and drawn by Molly Ostertag, and apparently I had heard on the news that Witch Boy was going to get an animated movie on Netflix. And that's what kind of made me finally say, oh, I've been meaning to check that out. I should go ahead and check it out. And it's lovely. The basic premise is that Aster is a kid who has grown up in a culture where the girls are witches and they learn magic spells and stuff, and the boys are shapeshifters and they learn to contact animal spirits and take their forms. And that's the way it's always been, but Aster is a boy who feels like he wants to learn witch spells, witch magic, and he has never felt particularly drawn to the animal spirits or anything like that, but he feels very much like that's who he is, and yet everyone keeps telling him, no, that's not how it works. It's bad, actually. You shouldn't do that. And so it's a coming of age level exploration of gender roles a little bit, and it's very nice. I like it a lot. Um, and of course, obviously, it's got some like supernatural elements in there with like, oh, is there a demon that's snatching kids and what's it doing and all that sort of thing. It's pretty good. One thing I will say though is that the teaser image that they put out of the for the announcement that they were making this animated movie, it's like I look at that image and I'm like, this doesn't really look like the book, but okay. So we'll see. I haven't read the other two yet, although I did order all three. So, but in any case, if you're interested in graphic novels in general, and that title and that description made it sound good to you, then I recommend it. Um, where was I? I had something else I was going to talk about too. Gosh, Oh, I watched last night. So there's a movie called Skyline, which is sort of a sci-fi horror action movie from uh, a while back. And I had recently been hearing about Skylines where the E is a 3, people talking about that. And I'm like, I didn't even really remember that they made a second one, which they did. It's called Beyond Skyline. And so I actually watched that one yesterday. I had seen the original back when that was new, but I watched the second one yesterday, and boy, I have some like slightly complicated feelings about it because on the one hand, it really kind of moved away from some of the tone that I really liked about the first one, which is just this sort of existential dread horror aspect of just how powerful and alien these things seemed to be, in the sense of, like what they're here to do, and they just seem unstoppable, and what are we going to do, and that sort of fear in like a horror story I thought was like pretty interesting. But the sequel really takes it and just makes it more like an action adventure movie. Like the aliens are still no question a huge threat, but they're demystified a fair amount, and also the action gets substantially more cartoony, and that sort of thing. And there's a part of me that feels a little disappointed by that. But that said, if you feel like what you would like to watch is a slightly cartoony movie where people fight back against these weird, bizarre aliens, and there's martial arts and incredible leaps across gaps where you catch yourself by your fingers even though you're injured, and you figure out how to fight back against those aliens. It's got some good stuff in there. I've heard good things about 3 also, so that same vein, I think, because it seems like 2 and 3 are much more aligned, I think. But in any event, I'll go ahead and leave it there, and I will talk to you all tomorrow for 5 more minutes.